All right, fresh haircut, but it's Q&A part 2 because we didn't finish the first one.
It's not that good, mate.
It's looking good.
They fucked it up. There's like long bits in it. We're in America, aren't we? I can't expect 10 out of 10.
Is it true that Fleetwood is the greatest seaside town in the northwest? Where's Fleetwood?
It's not far from Blackpool.
Did you take me there?
That's where we played golf, near there.
Oh.
You know where Joe played golf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's... It didn't...
Shit, innit?
It didn't look like a seaside town, in my opinion.
Well, Codheads lived there, Fleetwood, so...
There wasn't even the sea, or the ocean, whatever.
You can see it, but like it's one of them where you see like the quicksand and then you've got to like work out where the water starts, and then by the time you're actually in the deep water...
the water was all the way out.
You're like a mile out. Yeah, rubbish. Does
Alex prefer Sangam or Diab Ocean for a takeaway?
Sangam all day.
What's Alex think of Warrington?
IKEA. Well, Warrington
Did you
was
take
always...
me there?
No, you wouldn't have gone there.
Okay.
Did you go IKEA? Well, you
No.
wouldn't have gone there. Everyone knows that IKEA's there and it's motorway, but that's it. No offence to Warrington, we just don't... Unless you're a rugby fan, like, no one's going to be, like, going there really from Preston unless you work there.
Salah, Virgil, Trent. 2 sign a new deal, 1 leaves, make your choice.
Trent, gone. I don't say that because I don't like him. I think he's been amazing and I love him as a player. Do I want to keep all 3? 100%. But which one do I think is the most likely to go? Trent.
This is an interesting one. Please discuss I couldn't care less and how Americans say I could care less. Which is true, actually.
I could care less means that you care a lot because there's room to care less. Whereas I couldn't care less means I don't give a fuck because there's no level lower than what I feel.
No, but see, this is interesting.
If you're incapable of caring less, you're already at the bottom of care level. So if I say, I couldn't care less, I'm clearly not bothered about it. I'm not arsed. Whereas I could care less to an English person means, like, if I could, there is room to care less. So I do actually care
I think the American equivalent, though, I would say I could care less about that, meaning I really just don't care at all about that.
But that's couldn't care less.
No, but I would say I could care less about that. I don't think I'd say I couldn't care less, but maybe I would.
But couldn't care less makes sense. Could care less doesn't make sense because if you don't care about it, it means that you've got room to care less. If you say could care less.
Yeah.
I reckon she doesn't even know what she's saying, and I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's usually the way it goes.
Would you come visit Newcastle? Haven't been.
In England?
So would love
100%.
to. Yeah.
Love to.
Would love to.
Good nightlife, good people, like the Geordie accent.
I'd like to hear the accent. I don't think I've heard the accent properly besides... I don't think I've ever heard the accent properly, actually.
I reckon the best chance we got of going to Newcastle is if I end up taking Taylor up to Northumberland to go and see, like, castles.
That's what the Harry Potter...
Like,
right?
I guess, like, Northumberland Coast and that, they have a couple of good castles and that she might want to see. Summertime job. And Newcastle would be on way back.
Yeah, quite a lot of questions of what our jobs are. So we said it in the video before, but we'll say it again. I work in social media and Alex works in wine.
I want to stay in wine, that's the idea, because obviously you get qualified in something wine and liquor. I'd like to do some liquor courses as well, so like by that I mean like... Whiskey, rum, gin, vodka, tequila, mezcal, all that kind of stuff, because there's a big market out here for tequila and mezcal in Arizona, so... I just want to see what I can... I want a global job, something where I always wanted to travel, I always wanted to get sent to different places to talk to people. My strength is just talking to people. I'm one of them, like, them personal people where never shut up, like to give customer service, like people to understand products. I like to enjoy products and pass the word on, basically. If something's good, I like to be the first person to say it, as you probably know about.
And if something's really bad,
and if something's shite, it's shite. I'm the first person to admit it. But the idea is when you're an honest person in sales, you don't want to bullshit anyone. If it's shit, you want to say it's shit. If it's good, you want to say it's good.
Yeah. Is Scottsdale a good vacation spot?
Depends what you want to do.
Yeah.
It depends what time of year.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Correct, because if you come here between the months of end of April till about September, hot as balls, you're going to hate it, especially if you're coming from England.
But you say that to English people and they go, oh, if it's hot, I'm coming, but...
Yeah, but like, it's next level hot.
It's like, it's too hot to go out.
Yeah.
You're not allowed out.
Especially June, July, August.
You'd be fucking red raw after 10 minutes. If you forgot your sun cream one day, you'd be fucked for a week.
Why did you choose to support Liverpool? I'm not sure if that's directed at me or him, but if it is directed at me, it's because of him. If it's directed at him, he was born with it.
Well, it's parents, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you're born with it.
My mum's side of family is Scouse. My dad always a Liverpool fan since I were born anyway, so it just made sense. And everyone in family, all my best friends, it's not like I'm the only person who supports Liverpool. Like, all my best mates and all my family are all Liverpool fans. We never knew anything else. As kids, basically, I had every single kit growing up. I was on Anfield since I was about 6, 7. Never knew anything else.
We need more Wigan food trips. So do we.
Trollomans.
So do we. When we get back to the UK, we will be back there a lot.
Good to other gaffs in Wigan as well. Like,
Yeah.
Trollomans don't need to be only one. We only went to one last time, but it were enough because
really
it gave
good
us
one.
everything we wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Alex, what English town/city are you wiping off the map? You can only pick one.
It's got to be somewhere that's completely fucking, not only shit, but it's been actually detrimental to people's life.
It can't be Blackpool because people have a good time there, don't they?
It depends. Blackpool's one of them places where if you live there, you've got your own very unique opinion, or if you live close to it, you've got a slightly different opinion where you can go there quick. Like me, it's 20 minutes to get there. And other people, they've been once or twice in their life and they fucking loved it. So it's one of them where it all depends on what your perspective is on it.
And what your experience is there. Like, you worked there for a bit, so you have a different take on it because of working there.
I would say, probably out of everywhere I've ever been, if there is a place that ever needs to be wiped off the map, it is Blackpool. And it's not because of the people there, it's because the way that the town is set up is not conducive to success for a lot of the kids that live there, a lot of the families that live there.
Yeah.
If you've got a town that's seaside, it's not their fault. If you've got a town where there's a lot of drugs in that town, it's not the fault of the people always. It's just how it's always been. Like, imagine if you're a kid and you get born into a town that's full of drugs, full of people that want to come in, get pissed,
Just not set up for success.
shag around and leave. It's like, that's not your fault as a kid. I used to teach in Blackpool for years, and I used to think it's a shame for the people who have to grow up here where they don't have a choice. And it's the way that it's been set up. There's a lot of influx from different people who come in, abuse it and leave.
Yeah.
I just think that a lot of people there, hard-working, honest people, class people that I met there as well, and they just got unlucky with the type of town that it is. But it's not the only one in England that's like that. But that's the one where I always think, if I could clean a city up, I would love to have the money to clean Blackpool up.
Yeah, they're talking about wiping it off the map, but I like your answer.
But why?
We're keeping it.
I don't want to eradicate a set of people, because wiping it off the map means people are jobless, homeless, all that kind of stuff. I used to work in teaching because I was a person who cared about people, and I still do. I still care about people, and I feel like certain places need more help than
I like
others.
the way you've twisted that. So it's not wiping it off the map; it's cleaning up.
I would completely destroy it the way it is,
Yeah.
and I would build it back.
Yeah. There's been a few questions of people saying, "Did I see you on The Chase on the British TV show?"
I would love to go on Chase, to be honest.
I would love to see them on
actually,
there,
no.
though.
It's one of them, The Chase, because
You would do so bad because you would just fall under pressure.
yeah, I'm not good with pressure really, and as we know from like my golf performance and stuff. Like, say I'm golfing, I can hit a shot, dead straight, happy with it. As soon as two people and a dog stand there watching me, I'll see if this guy's any good at golf. Fucking shit.
It's easy to get in his head, so if you ever compete against him. Speaking of
Working
somebody that has probably competed against you or knows you, this is Steve Green.
Oh, Snowy, yeah. Went to high school with Snowy.
He said,
I didn't know he'd written out.
he said, "Did you know Alex was referred to as Chopper at school? Ask him why."
Chopper or Chops, weren't it? Or Chop Dizzle or fucking, I don't know. I had a million of them.
And why were you Chopper?
I know what Snowy's thinking, but it's. I used to say it because of footy, because I was a dirty player at football. I used to chop people down because like Ron Harris was Chopper Harris, played at Chelsea. He was an old player, and then my mate's dad called me Chopper Morris because my name was Morris and it was similar to Harris. So it was.
And you chopped people.
And I chopped people. So I used to kick people at footy, not because I wasn't I was nasty or it was partly because I was clumsy, partly because I was a bit nasty now and again. Only halfway nasty.
Competitive.
Yeah, I used to hate losing and I loved footy, and if someone was a bit of a dick, I'd try and obviously nail them in a tackle or whatever. But it just stuck. I was 7 years old when I got that nickname, and it stuck for the rest of my life. People knew me for years, and they didn't even know my name were Alex until 10 years later, 15 years later. Other people would say there's twists on that nickname as well. In terms of that stuff, I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but I'm going to stick with footy.
Next question.
Stick with footy one.
Are you having a celebration party in England for the wedding? We'd like to. We don't know what, but we'd like to do something with. Obviously.
We're gonna come home and we're gonna have pie butties, smack bombs.
We would love if Trollermans ever watches this. We would love Trollermans to cater.
No, we're gonna come home and do something because my parents couldn't even go to the wedding, so.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do something, especially for my mum.
Yeah, we'll do some type of celebration.
I'll have forgotten I even got married by the time we go home.
Speaking of that, today's January 4th, which means it's 1 month since we got married. Whee!
Month already. That matters to you only, I reckon.
No, it doesn't really matter. It's just another month, isn't it? Will your dad be in any more videos? Most likely, yes.
He's only ever a few yards from where we are anyway.
He likes to get involved. Has Alex ever been to Seascale? It's near Sellafield.
Not heard of either. Sorry if that offends anyone, but I haven't heard of either.
Have you done any Canadian travel? I have not, but he has.
I used to live in Whistler. I was in worked in the ski shops, fitting skis and stuff for a season, which is about 6 months. And then after that, I travelled all the way across Canada on a bus, like Greyhound style, and with my mate, and went to like all the provinces, all the way to like Ontario, Toronto, that kind of area.
Yeah.
Didn't see enough of it, but I stopped in different places. Loved the people. It was cold, but like we had a good time. We got involved with the drinking culture up there, a bit of the hockey kind of crowd and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, we had a good laugh.
It's definitely a place that we would go and travel together.
Loved Vancouver as well. Vancouver's my favourite place in Canada that I've been to.
Please do a video of Alex trying Filibertos with hot sauce. Best thing about living in Phoenix, apparently.
Apparently it's shite though, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't heard good. I think I've been to Filibertos once when I was in high school.
I keep getting told it's shite, so we've never been.
But we could try it because it's cheap, so we could give it a try.
The bar's up there at the moment. Like we don't want to be coming down.
Yeah. Is it true that the average American thinks that there is only one British accent? Coming from an American who had no idea where he was from and thought he was Irish, I'm going to say majority of us do think there's only one accent. But that being said, I think social media has helped expose more, obviously, because there's still so much online, and then like Peaky Blinders, people know that accent. But I would say for me growing up, all I ever knew was Austin Powers or Harry Potter.
People know now more than they ever did because of TikTok and Insta and all that stuff. Like
people do like accent videos all the time and all that stuff. So I think now, I would say more Americans are better. But for my time, I'm 29, I definitely only thought there was one accent. Because I'm just not exposed, especially growing up in Arizona, not exposed to any English people at all. I only ever seen more English people when I moved to Australia. And then again, I thought Alex was Irish, and then I learned this whole other new culture. I learned this whole other new thing of the North.
People here, they all think I'm either Australian, Irish, Welsh, New Zealand.
Anything but English, basically.
Canada. I got Canadian the other day. Someone thought I was Canadian, which I thought, they live next to you, you should know that how they talk. Do you know what I mean? That's like, if they get it wrong, and it's like something where you think Scottish, Welsh, whatever, I'd go, yeah, totally get it, good guess, do you know what I mean? But Australian, Canadian, fucking hell.
What was the one biggest difference in daily life between England and the US? I would say, I don't know about a daily working life in England because I haven't.
We have a similar working daily life everywhere, I think. You do the same shit. You have a shower, a shave, you fucking put telly on for a bit, you have a brew, you eat something, you go work, you come home, you might go gym, you watch telly at night for an hour, have a glass of wine, fuck off to bed.
I think the difference, in my opinion, is that there's so much more in the US, not in always a good way. Like there's so much more, consumerism, more choice. Sometimes that more choice isn't great, whereas I feel like in England there's limited choice because of the weather at times. But I feel like it's a little bit more enjoyable because it's like, oh, what do we do? And you're just going to the pub and you have a drink and you meet with your friends. Whereas here, I feel like there's so many options sometimes and it's overwhelming.
I think the US or America is more like a system. It's like a newer country. They've built it there's like a huge thing on customer service, and like we supply you with a service. No matter what it is in life, it's always you're getting a service, or we give more choice, or we are the best, or we are this,
and like
we are that.
And everything revolves around like you feel like people aren't being as genuine because they have to do it for their job, or they're going to make commission, or they're going to make a tip. So you don't feel like people are as genuine. So I feel like that's a big difference.
Everything's a boast in America. Everything's like, we are bigger, we are better, we're bolder, we're this, that and the other. Whereas in England, it's like, we don't give a fuck. We like what we like. We will continue to do what we like to do. And if we don't like it, fuck it. And that's England. And it's like, we don't want the bullshit. We just want, if you want to go to a food place, we don't want someone to say, this is the best food, this is amazing. We just want to go, give it us. We decide. We'll tell you whether to get fucked or we're coming back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a lot more based on dialogue and feel and like face to face. England. It's a lot more. The people are a lot more astute, I think, in England. Everyone's like kind of, not that I'm dissing Americans or anything like that, say anything bad about America, but
no, but I do agree with
everything's robotic in America. Like they've been taught how to think.
It doesn't feel as genuine here.
Do you not think people have been taught how to think in America? Whereas in England, everyone's got their own opinion. You meet people who are characters. You meet people who are like funny. You meet people who should be comedians, but they're not. Like it's just kind of everyone's got their own opinion, and we say more. We're allowed to say more. In America, you feel more repressed. Like. You can't do this. You can't say that. You can't talk to him like that. You've got to make sure that you do that. You've got to do. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's all forced and it's robotic. Whereas in England, it's like be yourself, be your own character.
Yeah.
So when I am myself and I'm out in America, people look at me weird, like they don't know like why I'm off the leash kind of thing. I feel like I'm a dog off the leash, whereas Americans are all walking round on the fucking leash.
I can see that.
That is a really good way to put it.
That's a good take. Yeah.
Like they're not allowed to come out basically, and like they're being silenced by the system. Whereas from in England, it's like fuck the system. You do whatever you want, like. Yeah. And if you fuck up, you fuck up. If you get it right, you get it right.
Yeah. Have you been to Lytham?
Yes.
Yep. Lytham was lovely.
Got a good mate in Lytham. I won't say it bad about it, other than it's dead posh. Like I'm from Preston, so like when you go to Lytham, it's posh as fuck. Like, but as you get older, you've got more money, you have a proper job. You appreciate a night out in Lytham, a date night in Lytham. You go to a tap room, or you go to fancy hotel for a dinner. You go to little night spots, or you go to a good kebab house. Whereas in Preston, you've just got dirty, greasy kebab houses. Whereas having my mate Paul there, shout out to Paul.
Shout out.
He showed me around a lot of Lytham, and he used to work in Lytham. He knows a lot of hospitality people there. Yeah. Opened my eyes to it. Some of the clientele in Lytham, I will say, from around the northwest, are not always the nicest. But as in general, the people who live there and they've been brought up there, they're different to people in Preston, 100%. But I don't dislike it as I get older. I think there's a time and a place to be upscale, and if we've got an upscale option close to where we live, then it can come in handy for certain stuff like.
Turning on to the motorway out of Heathrow and seeing the north. Best sign in the world? ?
Love it. Hey, you know what? You're not wrong there. Whoever's written that, that's a good question. I like that.
That was Chris J.
Because that's just a general sign where it's just like, you know you're going right way, and it's like you get on M6 or M4, M1, like, M40, whatever it is, and it's like, that's me, that's where I'm from. And you're proud of it. Yeah. I don't know, you're probably writing that because you're proud of it yourself. So anyone who's northern, they're down south, we'll go down south next time we go to England, and we'll get to a point where we have to come back and you see that sign and you're buzzing because you're proud to be a northerner, 100%.
Yeah. Any decent curry houses in the US? We have yet to look or try, so we cannot say.
It's a high bar for me because like I've never struggled in England to get a good curry, whereas here you just think like they've got to be Indian, they've got to have emigrated, they've got to get all the right stuff.
They're asking about you.
It's hard work.
They said, is Dad going to be in more videos? There's Dad.
People say to me, like, how do you compete in gym with him? You can't. You can't, can you? How do you do it? I've done 100 push-ups today. He'll come down and go, I've done 500, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. This is more, how did you meet? We answered it before, and we'll probably have to continuously answer this again. But quick overview of how we met. We met in Australia. We worked across the street from each other. I made the first move. Thank you.
She said, alright, I carried on. Ended up going on, not dates, but we used to go to the beach to save money because we're tight as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not taking you on a date.
We haven't.
We'll just have a coffee. I still don't think we have a date, have we?
I don't think we've actually.
We don't go on dates, really.
But we haven't ever labelled it.
We go out to places.
We go out to places, but we don't have like date nights or anything.
Why do you
like
have to call it a date night? Like, why does it have to be sloppy like that?
I don't like titles.
Very rarely get dressed up either. Us.
A lot of people ask, like, how do you afford to travel?
There's a few reasons for that, isn't there? Working no fixed address really. We haven't put any like money into like living in a place properly long term. We don't pay rent at the moment. We did in the past, but that's why we travelled all around Australia, New Zealand.
When we lived in Australia though, we worked a lot.
And then when we go to England, we travel Europe because we're staying for free at my mum and dad's. Yeah. And then when we're here, so far, we're getting looked after by Taylor's mum and dad at the moment until we've got enough money to sort rent out here. And then once we get that sorted, then we'll fuck off back over to Europe, and then we'll do the same gig with my mum and dad and all that kind of stuff. We float around. We use help where we can get it, and we use savings where we can get it. Because when we do work, we work hard.
It also comes down to priorities, right? Like, you guys saw our wedding. We got married for $166. We don't buy fancy clothes, really. We don't get expensive stuff.
That's the wedding ring there.
Yeah, exactly. This is $10 from...
$10 each.
$10 each from Amazon.
I ain't took it off yet. It's been on my finger for a month and I fucking hate it. But I don't take it off because it's more the meaning that matters.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we don't take it off, do we?
No.
Even though it looks fucking shit.
It don't matter. It's whatever.
Yeah, whatever, but it doesn't even fit me. Mine's too big and it's like black and like it swirls around on my finger. But it's the meaning. You get married for the meaning. Yeah. You don't do it for a ring.
Yeah.
So when we can afford a better ring, we'll get one.
Yeah. Can you tell us more about your wedding? There's not really much to say, but besides the fact that we got married in Vegas.
Quick, easy Las Vegas. Look it up on internet.
We had a Nike tracksuit for the wedding. We rented a car for cheap for 2 days just so we could drive through in the car. And I got a super cheap white dress for the photos that was like $60. Alex rented a suit. That's it.
Anyway, we could have saved a quid, we did.
Yeah, exactly. But this one's funny. What are your thoughts on Americans walking obliviously in front of cars and car parks?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it because what I think they do is, as soon as they know that the car is stopped for them, you don't even know what I'm going to say.
I know, but that's
she just laughs for nothing. They go slower on purpose. So they look and they go, that's the difference between England, right? If a car stops for you, in England, you'll do the dad run. Or you'll get quicker and you'll go, sorry mate, and you'll make an effort visibly so that they can see that you're hurrying up because they've stopped for you. In America, they go, someone stopped for me. I'll fucking crawl. Like Dom Jolly on fucking, put the turtle suit on and just crawl across the crossing. And it's just like, trigger happy TV, that's what it was. So they used to take the piss and they used to crawl and get down on their hands and knees and crawl across the road. That's what they do over here. And I have no idea why. And the worst bit is they'll very rarely acknowledge the other person or they'll make no connection with the person walking across. They'll just go, in their own head, some fucker's trying to get across the road. And then the person will go,
it's because we're trying to get hit so we can sue people.
Probably. Some cars just let me go, so fuck it. I'm just going to go into my own world and I'm going to dance and I'm going to think about all the things I'm going to do for the next week while I'm going into the store. It's bought me more time, they think. Yeah. Incorrect. In England, what you'd do there is if they took the piss, then you'd pump you on and go, "Oi, fucking hurry up, I've let you go now already. Like, what are you doing taking piss? Either get in shop or don't." And that's what I love about England. It's like that no bullshit, no nonsense.
Okay, 4 more questions.
Oh, well.
This is a quick one. This is from Mel, our bestie Mel.
Melly Noz?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to her on WhatsApp?
If she does watch it, Mel wants to know, how do you feel that Robert is fitter than you? Robert is my dad.
Fitter in terms of like better looking or fitter in terms of like in better
shape?
In better shape.
Yeah.
Well, that's debatable, isn't it? Like, I'm 6'3", 218 pounds, like 98 kilos, 16 stone nearly, and I'm bulking a bit. I'm bulking a bit at the moment, so not real six packer at that, but. He's 5'6", shredded, 5% body fat, all year round tan, perfect. Depends what you're into, innit? Whatever floats your boat. Would you have an husband that were 5'6"?
No.
But in terms of fitter, what do you mean? Do you mean in better shape, or do you mean he looks nicer to go out with?
This is, as a fellow Northerner living in Michigan, what is Alex's thoughts on US bacon?
Can be good. US bacon can be good because your dad slow cooks his, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think when it snaps and you put a fork in and it snaps and it's crunchy, extra crunchy and thin, rubbish. Get rid of it.
If it's thick though.
Should be called fucking pancetta or something like Italian.
Thick cut bacon.
Thick cut bacon,
yeah.
Fat on it. It's been rendered perfectly so that when you can snap the fat, but it's not crispy snap. It's just like it just
melts.
Like a melty snap.
When you bite into it, it just melts in your mouth.
That's the peak of bacon. And if you cook it right, the fat should stay on. People, when you get a sausage and egg and bacon butty and they take the fat off, you ask them to take the fat off. I do sometimes. And it's because they won't let it sit properly on a grill because it doesn't grill the fat properly. It doesn't render the fat. You need oil for that. And if it's done properly, English bacon, whatever, wherever we get it from, top notch. Can't get it anywhere else.
What has been your favourite memory so far in the US?
On this particular stint, the wedding, definitely.
Aww.
Because it was the most special thing that's happened. I'd say that.
Nicest thing he's ever said.
Considering how many corners we cut, it still felt special.
Yeah. Yeah, how cheap we wanted to go and everything. Yeah, I would say
a lot of people say that the more money you spend, the more special it's likely to feel. If it's supposed to feel special, it would anyway.
Yeah.
Just everything happened the way we wanted it to, more or less, and we felt the way we wanted to feel after it. So it was a success, and that was probably a special day for me as well, because since we met, we've always wanted it anyway. So we have, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's
a good thing that people of YouTube that watch our stuff, you get to see the nice side of Alex every now and then.
I'm nice most of the time.
No, you are. You're very nice.
The thing is, if you're giving a powerful opinion on something online, you're not going to hold back. And
especially not this one.
but when you're from up north, and like
it's not your personality to hold back. I don't want you to hold back. Say it like it is.
I'd much rather have a heated debate where you don't fight or anything like that, but you're not in the pub like throwing bottles or something. But you're having a heated debate with someone, but then after the debate, you go, anyway, we're going for a jar, we're going to the pub. And then you forget about it, and then you move on to something else, and you go, oh, that footy game, let's watch the footy, and then you disagree for an hour and a half with whoever you're with about the footy match, and you're like, fuck off, as if you think that, and then at the end of it, you're like, oh, so we're going to work tomorrow, how do you feel about, this, and there's no grudge, everyone just, I mean, don't get me wrong, some people hold a grudge, but I think it's more that, like, you can say whatever you want, and you're not judged for it.
Yeah.
And you can have outlandish opinions on anything, but the people will still stick with you. If they believe you're a good person, they'll still stick with you. Yeah. That's important to me. Yeah. So, I forgot what the question was now. What question?
I don't know.
No bullshit. Don't lie. Be yourself. You'll have less problems. People don't always like it. They don't always like it, but they have to respect it because it's you.
Correct. And with that, we'll see you next time.